Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Unnamed Adventures Guild game. We're running in 5th edition, and today we'll be playing with 4 players tonight. We'll let them introduce themselves and their characters, and we'll catch you up to the story that's happened so far. We'll start with Oral and work our way backwards. Oral?
Oh wait, I was muted. Well,
So it begins.
Hello everybody. I'm Javier again after a small hiatus of moving, and I'm playing Oral Silver Smile again. The joyful half of Paladin that's been trying to set his goals now in the city of Illumina after all that transpired. I'm trying in there to be an example for some people around him, and has recently got he was waking up. He received this call in the guild where telling that some of his friends and Belenore and others were in distress. He kicked everybody ass to wake them up and come to the rescue, as he always does, with more or less success that we will see.
All right, Ericus.
Hello everyone, my name is Lionel. I'm going to play Arrakis Relicos, high elf cleric wizard at the service of Mistra, the Lady of Magic. He has worked his all these days studying and learning and helping not only the guild but its members. He believes he can do good in the world, but it requires effort and time, so he's pretty busy and can only catch his breath every now and then. As usual, bluish clothes. He wears now his breastplate and his longbow, 2 type of shields, a long sword, a mace, and his arcane focus. He wears his goddess symbol on a necklace. And I think that's that.
All right, Karik.
I'm Gerald Dempsey. I'll be playing Karik, the high elf paladin with the folk hero background. He's supposed to be part of some prophecy that he doesn't completely understand. His people were slaughtered, so he's still trying to figure out a lot of things. He's really starting to develop into his own person versus, what he was raised to be. And he is decked out with chainmail and a shield with his holy symbol on it. And he carries his longsword as his primary weapon, but also conceals 4 daggers.
All right. And last but not least, Sionna.
Yes. Sionna is a stranger to the city. He's a recent arrival and has gathered some friends who she's decided to stay and try to stop the evils of the place. And she's brought also, there's pursuers searching for her and what she carries. But she's a cleric of Elestery, which is a goddess of the moonlight, and she has made a deal with her to do good deeds for 100 years, and then she would be atoned for her past dark deeds. Her and Karik and Arrakis, as well as Edrun, have been working together recently in the cities to do this. But tonight is special. Something has finally caught up to her, and she fears the worst. She's a fourth level cleric of a Lestri, and an elf with a dark past. And that's where I don't know how to.
Oops.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
She's vowed not to run anymore and try to stop and protect those who cannot protect themselves.
Right. So let's catch everyone up to the story. Karik and Sionna were about to perform a ceremony to make him a godfather. They were in search of materials, but she encountered an old nemesis of hers named Bladenkirst, or Bladenenkirst, and her and her Lolth Pursuers would chase her down the alleys, blocking them off and keeping them inside the alleys. While this was happening, friends of Belenore's would encourage the guild to go help them, as eventually meets up with Sionna also being pursued by bandits. And now they run together in the alleys and search for a way to escape. However, eventually they come to a door that they cannot open, and pursuers, rather than performing their deeds, they decide to toy with them. But it gives the toying of their hunts gives the Unnamed Adventurers Guild long enough time to finally catch up to them by Belenore's friend. I should say wife, but oh well. So, we've already rolled the initiative orders. We'll see just how well this combat goes. Bladenkirst goes first, and she snarls at the sudden appearance of all the guild members. And she says, "We have wasted too much time. Perhaps I'll end up having to kill all of you now and tell Lolth it was the only way." And
Yep.
she is going to point her blade at Karik, Belenore, and Sionna. And as she starts casting her spell, you can hear Belenore singing a wonderful tune, and her spell fizzles. What? And Belenore just waves quietly. And she's annoyed that she can't do anything. And she says, "All of you, take care of them." And she starts running away.
Ooh.
At this point, Pincus is there, but he wants to see if he was actually required and waits to see what his adventurers have finally grown up to become. Ericus, your turn.
How far is Aracris from the group and the female is running away?
The female has broken line of sight from where you are. You can guess that she's probably about 50 feet away.
How wide is the street we are currently in?
The alley is only 15 feet wide, and in order to get to her, you need to walk through 6 drow pursuers, which are blocking the alleyway. You'd have to run through them first.
Okay, so Aracris is fond of maps. Can you tell me about where in Illumina we are?
Yeah, let me go get it. Share my screen. Trip everyone out. Okay. So when Karik started it, everyone can see this, just to ask quickly.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they were about here. They went into the alley to get away from them, and they
Cannot see your cursor
should be right here.
there.
Yeah, so it's over here.
Okay.
They came down here, and they wanted to go over this way, but there was pursuers here, so they went down this way. Went down here. Then they were forced over this way. They would wind up here, around here, and they would bump into Belenore. They would go up here, break into this place, come out here through a window, come out here, but they were blocked, so they had to go up this way, go down here, and then into this alleys, and eventually they come around here, and they get to probably this spot. Been blocked off. So they've been doing a lot of running, and they're pretty tired. So they're here. You guys came in from this side. So there's the pursuers here. The bandits are here in this alley, and she is running down the alley, heading up.
So Arrakis can go back and chase her in from the road that is up there, right?
Yeah. So you could, if you dashed, you could probably get to the other side of the building.
So he will use. You say that only 15 feet weight. Should.
If you were to run through the pursuers, yeah.
Okay, so he will cast Ice Knife on the whole bunch of them. A whole bunch of them. And move toward there, towards backwards and trying to catch the one who is fleeing.
What save do they have to make?
Let me roll. Do they
Not
seem
that matters,
beefy?
actually, now I think about it.
Do they seem beefy?
Oh, probably not. Not that matters.
Okay, he wants to throw it at the center of the most clustered area of bandits, so he can target most of them, a big number, I mean.
Are you throwing at the pursuers that are standing in your way, or are you throwing at the bandits? Because the bandits are kind of hiding behind this building. You'd probably hit only 2 of them from how you can see them.
No. I mean, the ice knife has an area effect. I want to catch as many foes as I can in that 5-foot radius.
So yeah, you want to throw it at the pursuers.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
He will use a 2nd level spell for that.
That's good.
Let me roll the damage. Ice knife. Second level. Come on, roll.
You're still sharing your screen, by the way.
Oh. I know all the spells. I don't look at them.
We're seeing all your secrets.
You saw my Discord.
He was referring to God. I mean Google.
Oh.
Sorry, this thing is being slow. Again, ice knife, second level.
Estra's actually human. Just to clarify that.
Why is not rolling anything?
She just looks like an elf. And she is there. She's in the very back line. Being the pacifist that she is, she's actually probably standing behind Pincus.
Let me try something else to see if that rolls.
I'm just gonna save you the effort. Once you throw the ice knife and that smashes into the ground and it explodes.
No.
The
It's a knife. It's a piercing attack with a dagger to one of them.
Let me
And
finish.
Okay.
Goes through a person. It doesn't hit anything. It goes through a person that you were throwing at, and it hits the ground and smashes on the ground and explodes, and all the illusions disperse.
Aha. Good job.
And he will move towards the alley, trying to catch the woman from the other side, hoping that someone will follow him and help him.
Yeah. So Felicia takes your cue and she follows behind you and she runs to the. You can't quite make the alley, but with her dash action available to her, she runs to the other side of the building and. Erie Alice is going to take a shot at one of the bandits. Ugh. And who's in front of her? Yeah, so she shoots at somebody in the front line, and you just hear off of Dark Forge's metal, and he looks back, but doesn't really seem to notice it.
You rolled like me.
Yeah. She rolled a crit, and she couldn't hit his AC. So that is Estra's turn. Estra is... Where is she? There she is. Yep, she's going to cast Bless, and she's going to move Bless because everyone left. Yeah, she's going to stand by Pincus and prepare a spell. See or hear her praying to her god behind Pincus. Sionna, your turn. You're surrounded by this field of caltraps. In front of you, Belenore is probably 10 feet to your right at the other side of the alley. The closest besides the bandits is the half orc with the large bag and the woman who is a caster.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna command her, the caster, in the name of Alestria, to lay on her face, kiss the ground.
Okay. Wisdom?
Yep.
Yep. She, once your spell finishes and you tell her to lay down, she lays down.
And then I finish up. I have a bonus combat action. I can use one of my wisdom checks. If anyone's in range, I'll dash their brains in.
The only person close enough to you, you'd have to move 5 feet to him, but you can run up to the half-orc with the large bag of stuff.
All right, he'll feel the kiss of my flail.
You move to him, and I need you to make a dexterity save.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, you just stride through these caltraps.
And do I get advantage or anything? I come in there with a brilliant maneuver.
Yeah.
11.
He is definitely caught off guard by that just kind of leaping attack that you're about to pull on him.
So my best was an 18 and a 17.
Yeah, those
Ah.
yeah. He's wearing full plate and he's not really ready to fight you. So you just hit him in the head.
2, and then I'm not sure if I did manage to cast that spell previous round I mentioned. That would give me well, it's
no,
too late.
When you said you were going to cast it, you realized it didn't have the effects that you wanted to help Karik.
Right.
So you backed out of it.
Yeah, so I did 8 points damage.
Yeah, so you hit him in the head and he says, "Oh, that hurts."
There's more, sweetheart.
Nobody ever called me that before. Fortunately, you gonna die. And it's the bandits' turn. And all of them, all 8 of them start coming out the alley to attack all the people in the front line, which I imagine would be Oral and his mount, people for them to attack. So this alley starts filling up quickly again after the illusions disperse. And one bandit comes in swinging a longsword at Oral, but completely. He's able to lean away. Your mount isn't so lucky as another bandit comes over and thrusts his sword for 18 at the giant lizard.
Hold one second.
No, not get too.
Takes 6 points of damage. The other 2 run up to Darkforge and Tolkar. Off of Darkforge, not even hindering him. But the other blade hits Tolkar. But only gives him a light scratch and scratches him for 3 damage. 2 run up and try to hit Tolkar and Korig. Another one hits Tolkar, but the for 6 damage. And Korig blocks the attack with his shield. Karik, it's your turn. Hellhole of Caltraps.
All right, and how far is it to the guy with the bag?
It's just a 5-foot step.
Okay, but I still need a dexterity save.
Yep.
Well, I got an 11.
What'd you roll? Are you wearing full? Are you wearing plate mail, or are you still wearing chainmail?
Chainmail.
Okay, so you start trying to walk across these caltraps, and you are managing. You manage to get to move the 5 feet that you wanted, but you feel just a caltrap go through your rings in your shoes and stab your feet, and it really hurts. So if you can't move any further than this point for this round.
Okay, but that's far enough.
Yeah, you can attack.
And I will attack him with both attacks. Well, I know that one missed. And 22.
Yeah, 22 hits. You hit a soft spot in his full plate.
For 7 damage.
Yeah, he's definitely reeling from getting injured from not only you but Sionna. He's looking pretty exhausted. Okay, there it is. Who's next? Rena. Rena, what do you do?
Rina is still with Aracris. I'm guessing she will move closer to Felicia with the same strategy as always.
Okay, so she just lands on Felicia.
And I think that's it.
Korig is going to throw a ball of acid. It actually hits one of them. Target. And the bandit burns for 3 damage. Tolkar enters Barbarian's Rage, and he attacks one of the ones that hit him. But he misses as the studded leather armor absorbs the attack. That means it's the Pursuers. You guys are fighting with the bandits. Everything seems to be going well when the Pursuers make their presence known on the roofs of the buildings.
More of them on this.
You can roll an insight for me, actually, since you'd probably be well aware of the tactics that her group would use.
16 plus 18.
You know that her clerics that serve Lolth under her have the ability to create illusory clones of themselves. They look and act like them in every perfect way and move on their own. However, and they can be used as a point of casting as well. So they do not have to put themselves in danger if they want to cast spells.
Oh, wow. And I know of these tactics somewhat. Do I know that these sort of avatars can take damage and be destroyed, or do you have to get the root caster?
They're already been destroyed, and they can only be used once a day.
I see. I could try verbally warn my companions about this. They will vector their magic through their avatars. Try ignore them. Destroy them quickly.
All right, so I need to look up a spell really quick. 2 of them are going to cast Fairy Fire. So Oral, make a reflex saving throw for you and your mount. I gotta start making a lot of saves too.
You mean flex dexterity?
Yeah, dexterity. I'm sorry, buddy. But yeah, at least wait. Does everyone get your? Or is that at 7th level?
What?
Your aura bonus to saving throws.
Yeah, no, that's at 6. The aura protection.
Okay, so
That's,
some of them are gonna make it.
Okay, so that's only no wait. It's 7 for oral, and then for Ketchum, it's for Ketchum, so +1, so it's 16 for Ketchum.
Katoom manages to dodge the fairy fires, the 2 fairy fires that are kind of descending on the party. Oral, what did you roll?
7.
7? Oh yeah, you definitely get hit by these fairy fire. The fairy fire, you light up.
I glow even more.
Yeah. Korra gets hit by it. Tolkar gets hit by it, but Darkforge and yeah, Darkforge doesn't get hit by it, and neither does there's somebody else there, I thought. Nope. So everyone kind of mostly everyone gets hit by it except for Darkforge. The 2 of them, the other 2, 2 of them also cast silence over the area. So the 15-foot fighting space that was once kind of loud with grunts and combats of everyone suddenly falls silent. Even Pincus and Estra are having... Well, Pincus can't because he's about 30 feet away, but Estra still sees what's going on. And she can hear herself. The last ones are going to cast another spell. But I got to go find it.
So which zone exactly is covered by the silence?
Basically everyone who's been fighting in the main area. Karik, Sionna, and Belenore can cast spells.
Okay.
But everyone else, except for Estra on the very far end, who's behind Pincus, nobody else can cast spells except for Ericris since he's not there.
Silence is an area you can move away from the area.
Yes, but in the meantime, they can't. So they're also going. The other 2 are going to cast Bane. Karik, Sionna, and Belenore, and they all have to make saves. 2 saves, which is charisma based. So basically tell me which one. So basically roll a saving throw with disadvantage, really.
Seven.
Yep. So yeah. So basically, if you failed the saving throw, next attack roll or saving throw is reduced by a d4. Sionna?
So I'm still, this one guy's down in front of me, right?
No. I need you to make a saving throw.
Oh.
With disadvantage.
Oh shit. Okay, that's 16. Another 16. Weird.
Okay, so you feel the present and the pursuers cast 2 banes on everyone, but you manage to resist all of their negative energy and shrug it off.
Whew.
However, Karik and Belenore are not so lucky, and they seem to be struggling with the thoughts. The trapper, he's the guy who's in front of you, and he says, "You're pretty strong, but how would you like this?" And he pulls out a big glass flask of oil and just smashes it around Sionna. Now everyone around him and, well, all of you are just covered in oil, including himself.
Oh shit.
The other woman who's beside him says, "You idiot, you're gonna burn me alive." Shrugs. He says, "Don't care." And he pulls out an alchemist fire and lobs it and smashes it at his feet.
Wow.
Everyone make dexterity saving throws. If you're wearing heavy armor, make sure you add that disadvantage.
Mm.
The trapper obviously lights himself on fire. And he's freaking out. The other woman is on fire.
I got an 8.
Yeah, the other woman. Yep. The oil splashes onto you, and you try to avoid being lit ablaze, but your heavy armor restrains you a bit, and you're now just cascaded with fire.
I got 15.
Yeah, you managed to avoid the worst of it, and there's some fire on you, and some oil. It's not hot enough to burn you, and does not go through your armor. Sionna, you take 2 points of fire damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, the other 2 were not so fortunate. Darkforge is going to attack, and he hits one of the bandits, dealing 11 damage.
Nice.
Causing him to stagger. The woman who is on fire, she is obviously freaking out, and you see her trying to not only pat herself out with her bare hands, but you see a magic hand appear from thin air, and she starts patting herself out with that. And basically, all that she really can do is tear off her clothing at that point. She's basically standing in front of you with her skivvies.
Boy.
Is she attractive? No.
Yeah. Yeah, she's fucking smoking hot in 2 senses.
Okay.
Oral?
Yeah.
Or
No, it's going to come something like that from me eventually throughout the game.
Oral, you're now very shiny, shinier than normal per se, and the silence is kind of deafening.
The silence is kind of deafening.
Puns. What do you do?
So it's finally my turn. I can't believe it. So, okay, let me try. I'm trying to make like a mental image of the layout of the battle. So we are like in the alley still?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, you're all in the alley still. I wouldn't really call it an alley. I'll show it again, just so you guys have an idea of where you're kind of fighting. Again, so you guys came in through here. It's a pretty wide place, and you are out here. So you guys have kind of formed a perimeter here. And so there's just this thick line of adventurers here, and you're probably somewhere around here. The bandits are blocking you off here. And of course, you see that huge explosion of oil and fire just kind of burning around here. And then, of course, the naked woman who just tore off all her clothes to avoid from being burned alive.
Okay.
And of course, you saw one of what appeared to be their leader running off into the alley. However, if you were to try to chase after her, you, of course, provoke attacks and have difficulty getting through them.
Okay, so I guess he will charge in that direction, but he will not like pass by, but he will like try to, how to say, to put down the position in the path. So who could be closer in that direction?
Can you say that again?
So he will be charging like in the direction the leader like ran off, but he will be like attacking the first one he finds in that direction.
Okay, roll an attack roll. And I'm going to need your faithful steed to make an athletic check. Athletics check.
Okay. And the attack is, let me see my bonus. 13 plus. What's over? Okay, the attack with his greatsword is +4. Not +7. 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's 13 damage. And then
yeah, the one you hit is staggering, and he's reeling back as he's trying to hold back your
you said an
from
athletics
pushing
check.
through him.
Okay,
Yeah, Katum
Okay,
has to make an athletics check to push through
the
him.
athletics is 18.
Yeah. So Katum shoves one over, like easily. Like the guy, after you hit him, he gets pushed aside easily, and Katum just the other guy who can't even contest him, and he starts walking
Nice.
into the alley. You see this woman. She's, of course, adjacent to you now.
Which one?
The leader.
The leader. Okay, then he's going to do his second attack on her.
Okay.
That's not good. That's 12 to hit.
Yeah, you swing the rough ride, and she parries your attack with her rapier.
Okay, and that's gonna be his turn for now.
Yeah, so Belenore is looking around, and he says, well, 2 people can play that game, and he's going to cast silence on the pursuers above, setting it at the point above all of you, and the pursuers are looking at each other, of course, not being able to hear each other plan anymore. They realize what's just happened. Belenore is just looking at the stuff, like the caltrops around him. He says, yeah, I think I'm comfortable right here. And chooses to stand still. The woman, Rebecca, she's actually going to charge the front lines and attack one of the, kind of replace where Oral was riding on. and attack the one that was knocked prone. Yeah, she hits him and deals
Nice.
enough damage to so this woman that you met merely moments ago runs up and stabs the prone bandit and kills him.
Ha. Nice.
Top of the round, it is Blind Cursed. And she says, unfortunately, I don't have time for any of you, and you look a little big for me to take on.
I'm flattered, but you're not getting away.
She says, I'd like to see you try, and she casts invisibility.
Shit.
I think she just got away.
If she moves, you can still react and attack with disadvantage.
No, because you can only make a reaction against somebody you can see. You can make a perception check if you want, because she is moving.
Okay. Okay, perception, it's 15.
That is definitely not enough. Invisibility and just as a kind of test, Katoom kind of steps forward to see if she's still there, and she's not there. Thing.
No. Where'd she go?
Pincus is, of course, overwatching the whole situation. He is going to take the liberty, though, of moving out of the silence spell. And Ericus, your turn. So you can make a perception check if you want as well. I'll have Felicia roll one too. Yeah.
Aracris has a 20 passive perception.
Yeah, I wouldn't be asking you to roll if I didn't roll higher than that.
Uh-oh.
Okay, I have an opponent.
Well, since he's not yet in the corner.
Okay.
Let me see.
Felicia doesn't see anything.
I go Felicia
so it's your
first. I roll Felicia first since Aracris planned something here.
Yeah, so you run up to Felicia and you're standing beside her and you're looking down the space to where you would think she'd be. You can see a little bit of light coming from the other side, which you assume is probably Katoom. This creature, and he's definitely not the hardest to. He's pretty much super easy to see and see him coming. So you assume it's him, but you don't see. Yeah,
the dark.
Use him as a lighthouse instead. So yeah, you don't see anything and you don't hear anything when you reach Felicia.
He's going to prepare an scorching ray as soon as the woman running away appears, or he can perceive where she is.
Okay.
But since no one told
Felicia,
him or knows, he does not know if she is invisible or not.
Felicia is going to run to the other side of the alley, and she sees Oral and Katoom, and visibly confused. And she
wait,
says,
he's
"Where'd she
taking
go?"
cover. He's taking cover on the corner. I mean, he's peeking,
Okay.
but he's taking cover.
Okay. So Felicia looks to Oral and says, "Where'd she go?" Never mind that.
Javier, you are muted.
Oh, again. Sorry. So, what do you ask again?
Felicia asks, "Did you see anyone? Where'd she go?"
I don't know. She just disappeared. I think he used some kind of magic. We will have to track her somehow.
She says, "Well, here goes nothing." And she swings her sword in a random direction, and it doesn't connect with anything. Urialis is going to shoot some arrows, and it's going to miss the crowd of bandits. Sadness. Estra is going to just use a prayer of healing that she's been holding for an entire round. And she heals the frontline row for an entire beat.
Nice.
12 points of health.
Wow, really?
Spell, and she's life domain. She actually rolled low. So
Well, I'm totally pumped up. Sionna's just like, yeah, Karak, we can do this. I give him a wink. You can only see the little slit through his visor, but no visor.
Yeah, it's yeah, Estra doesn't move, and she starts channeling. She cast the spell that she had prepared from last round. Sionna, your turn. So there's this flaming havoc in front of you. You're flaming. Shit, it's not looking great. Even after your wounds being healed, you're still technically on fire.
Right.
It's not looking hot.
I would have to cast. 1 second. I just closed a window. Pardon me.
Whoops.
I'm out of spell slots. I've got one left. I'm gonna try stop, drop, and roll to put out the flames. An athletics check, or perhaps.
If you're not taking off your armor, then yeah, athletics.
Drat.
Roll at disadvantage because you're still kind of in the area that you're on, that's been ignited.
A 9 and an 8 plus 4. 12 was my best roll.
Yeah, so you're on fire. You're having difficulties thinking, and you drop to the floor of caltraps and oil, and you start rolling through it.
Uh-oh.
It's a good thing that you weren't attempting to move. Your armor is just scraping against caltraps and sliding on oil, and you're not really doing much to help the cause.
Damn. It'll help. I'll have to come up with a better idea. That takes up most of my round, I think.
Yeah, that's you can move if you want, but
no, I want to stay in the line.
Okay, so yeah, you're kind of just pinching this 10 feet as tightly as it can go.
Stupid burning oil.
All right, so all the bandits are going to attack. One attacks Rebecca. I don't know why I rolled for both of them, but he misses. Two of them are going. Well, one of them attacks her again, but misses. Another one attacks Tolkar and hits for 7 damage. So Tolkar's looking not too great, but it well, the blow looks devastating, but Tolkar is enraged. So it kind of just looks like it more annoyed him than anything. The other one, kind of seeing in his enrage, attacks him. The other two attack Darkforge and Korig, who hit them both. Oh, actually, it hits. One hits Darkforge, and even though Darkforge gets hit, he blocks the Korig's attack with his shield. Darkforge takes damage for 10 damage. With that, Karik, it's your turn. So you have these bloody little things in your feet now, and you can only move 10 feet.
So
actually,
it
it got healed. So the caltrap gets pushed out of your feet, and you can move again.
Okay. So I'm looking at the literally smoking hot chick who, and then I'm looking at Sionna over here rolling around in the fire, trying to put herself out.
It was a plan. It wasn't the greatest.
Yeah, panic sets in. I guess I'm going to assist putting Sionna out before she takes any more damage.
Oh yeah, I forgot to roll for her damage. I guess she takes another 2 points of fire damage. Nothing too serious. Both of you roll athletics. Is that a 17? It is.
22.
Yeah, so
by the power of
even though
Illustrated 22.
Yeah, so even though she is in the zone of fire, between all of her desperate and you patting her out and patting the area, trying to get the fire off of her, all of the hard work manages to finally pay off, and the fire kind of dissipates.
Ah, flap, flap, flail, flail.
I probably smacked her a couple extra times more than I needed to because I was distracted by the naked chick.
Remember your vows.
You slapped your butt a
Abstinence
couple
wasn't
times
one
by
of them.
Who's next? Do you want to move, Karik? You can move the down.
Actually, I think. Okay, so I think I'm good where I'm at for now.
Okay. Rena, I imagine Rena is just sitting on Felicia's shoulder.
Question: Is after Felicia spoke to them, could she have worn Arrakis, or see that?
You can hear their conversation. They're only about 30 feet away.
So he will know that she cast invisibility, right?
That's why I asked you to make a perception check.
Yeah, but because you did the conversation after, he rolled a 26.
Yeah, you heard her cast invisibility, but you can't hear where she went.
So let me see what he can do. Is he still wide area of is the alley is still small because he will use change to an area effect, hoping to catch her.
What area effect are you using? Scorching Ray?
Yeah, if he can cast Fireball, he will do so. But since it's too short, he will just use Ice Knife.
Yeah.
So, should I roll with disadvantage? Or...
No, you just kind of have to tell me where you're throwing it.
how big is the current alley?
The alley that she was in is only 10 feet. It's shorter than the. It's definitely smaller than the other.
Knowing the maps, can he guess how much will she have moved and throw it around there?
You would guess that. You can guess that most people of her type could probably move about 15 feet.
15 feet? Is she that small?
Well, no, I mean, she's not small. It's just that if you're stealthing, typically you move at half speed.
Okay, so he will throw around their area, trying to cover as much as he can.
Okay. Yeah, so you throw the ice knife into the area, and it smashes and lands on the ground. Felicia is watching the area carefully, but it doesn't look like even the explosion connects with anything.
Okay. So that's only a level 1 spell. He will not be wasting that much. And he will still be looking. His familiar will help him look.
Oh, crap. No, that wasn't even your turn. That was Rena's turn.
But it was his reaction. Okay.
Okay, so you throw it as some sort of reaction to something. And Rena is very confused, but she holds her grounds on Felicia's shoulder. Korig, Adrin, you kind of just finally come around you heard that something was going on with the guild, and you managed to follow their definitely abrupt noises. And you come across this scene, and Pincus tells you what's going on and identifies the enemies for you, just to keep things simple. And he points to the people on the roof and the woman who ran into the alley, and is, of course, the bandits that you're currently all fighting against.
Does it look like the people on the ground, the bandits on the ground, are being covered?
Between Estra's support and their combat prowess, it seems that they are able to hold their own. Korig, Tolkar, Darkforge, a woman you've never met before. Or actually, yeah, you would have met her. It's Rebecca. She's in some studded leather and carrying a rapier and a shield. She is there as well. Who else? Urialis is just behind them, shooting arrows.
I'm going to take out my longbow and start hitting the ones on the roof.
Roll an attack roll.
Critical success.
It was the worst mistake I ever made. No, I'm kidding.
So
Where are these guys?
max
Yeah, that's
die
definitely
+1.
max die +1. Yeah.
That'll be 16 points of damage.
Yeah, you shoot an arrow and it plunges into the guy, one of their shoulders, and he staggers and almost falls off the roof, but he collects himself and eyes you up in the background. You find it strange that when the arrow hits, you see the guy screaming, but you don't hear anything. Actually, you find that strange about this whole situation. You can see all the fighting, but you don't hear any of it. Most of your allies are glowing.
That's not good.
The villains have definitely not been rolling very well.
And I got a 12 Arcana.
It's a silent spell. You're not sure how that really affects everything. You know that it definitely deafens an area, but you're not sure how that affects magic or other things.
Okay. That's my turn.
So, Adrin, just remind me, you're before Korig. So you take the new number 12 spot. Actually, we'll put you in the proper order, and you will be behind Bladden Cursed.
Oh yeah.
Bladden and Cursed, since she has the highest initiative. And with that, it's Korig's turn. He's going to attack. He's going to throw another acid splash and make the other two dodge. They both dodge out of the way, unfortunately, and the acid splash lands on the ground harmlessly. Tolkar is going to attack bandits with his axe and hits them, dealing a pretty hefty blow.
Nice.
For 9 damage. The bandit is staggering, and it looks like he's about to die. And then the pursuers, they are all going to take a few steps back away from the silence spell that's kind of hassling them. And let's see what spells I gave them. They are going to start barraging the area below them with commands. And not just the 3 are going to start commanding Karik, Sionna, and Belenore, and the other 3 are going to go to the other side and start commanding Rena, Felicia, and Oral. So all of you make wisdom saving throws.
Shit.
Commanding Rena?
Yep. They can't see you, so they command the bird.
19 for oral.
You're familiar with this spell, and when
actually, no. Remember, those that are near me have +4, so it's actually 23 for oral. No, the +8 is with oral. Okay, yeah. Oral is 19.
How long? Okay, so yeah, Felicia obeys, and basically they all tell you to get to lay down, and Felicia lays down, resists their attempts to take their orders. He doesn't take orders very well. Rena, Rena hears hears them yelling commands at them, and she just cocks her head and chirps at them. Although once Felicia falls to the ground, she kind of just maintains her position, but just jumps onto the ground nearby. Oral, you easily resist their oppressive commands. Definitely because you're familiar with the spell yourself. Sionna, you hear their words and you can't help but obey, and you lay on back down into the fire and on top of the caltrops.
No.
Need you to make another athletics. Oh wait, can commands make you do things that harms yourself?
If it's yeah, if you lay down and fire. I don't know.
The spell. Command?
Let me check.
I got 19, by the way.
You
Yeah,
speak one word command creature you can within range. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or follow the command on its next turn. The spell has no effect if the target is undead, if it doesn't understand your language, or if your command is directly harmful to it.
yeah. So, Sionna, on your next turn, you can ignore the commands because it is asking you to lay down and fire. So you are not affected by it. Felicia, of course. So everyone who's affected by it, just
Thank God for 5e.
yeah. Well, I think a regular 3.5 command was the same way, but regardless, let's move on.
Mhm.
Too many commands, not enough action.
Oh, I don't know.
Don't listen to their
Alright.
false words. Push on.
So the trapper, he's seeing his allies behind him getting just ravaged. And of course, I have to make an athletics check for him, which he fails. He rather enjoys being on fire, which may disturb some of you. And he throws some oil onto your group of warriors that are frontlining and throws an alchemist fire on them. So Tolkar, Darkforge, and Korig are all covered in oil, and now they have to make saves, which Tolkar and Darkforge make, and Korig does not. Is going to be singed. So this oil is covering their area, and of course I gotta roll for Urialis too. Urialis and fire do not get along as she catches on fire too. And she takes 1 damage.
60 feet from command.
Yeah, they move.
Okay.
Yeah, they move to get close enough to Oral and Felicia and Rena. But of course, Rena doesn't understand what they're saying. So, Darkforge is going to attack a bandit in front of him, which hits him and deals 5 damage. 8 damage, and slays the warrior in front of him. Because Cassandra, I forgot. I'm not gonna make that joke. Cassandra is weighing her options, definitely, and she just kind of huddles up in the corner, not wanting to get murdered. Now that she's naked and unarmed because all of her clothes are on fire, and that's where her daggers are.
Who is Cassandra?
She's the woman that was the sorceress outfit. Oral, your turn. The command spell starts to take a hold, but your mind easily pushes it away.
Okay. He's going to try something, and he's going to cast Detect Magic.
Ooh.
And in theory, he should be able, within 30 feet of him for the duration, he should be able to use sense magic anyway. You can see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. Does he register any aura around?
It's a good move.
30 feet from you?
Yeah.
Yes, and basically he has.
Yes, it's like ongoing effect with second concentration. Up to 10 minutes. Like a
Okay.
radar.
Yeah, you have to use your action to see the faint auras. So, actually, we won't do that. So, we'll say roll perception.
Okay.
Just to kind of give a chase scene, maybe.
10.
No. You cast the spell and you start noticing the auras, of course, on the roof. You notice Rena is glowing. Of course, you're glowing. Most of the people behind you are glowing, but you can't aura of what you would believe is the leader behind this attack.
Okay, so he will continue like to charge or like move forward at least, like
Towards Felicia. Towards Felicia or back into the fight.
Towards where the leader was like running to at first.
So yeah, you move the 30 feet and you spot aura nearby. It's actually around, like you move to Felicia, which is about, I would say, how far can Katoon move?
Well, as a mount, it has 30, but it can dash, so it's 60.
Well, you had to use 30 you had to use your action to cast Detect Magic. So
yeah, but like the mount on its own action can dash. Dash or disengage or dodge.
Okay.
As a mount.
So you dash out into the area and you're looking around again to get a understanding of where she is. And you spot is it just you who sees it or can anyone see it?
No, only the caster.
Okay, it's just you.
Yeah.
So you spot that the aura is lingering actually beside the building you had run past. So let me share my screen again just so you can help you out a bit. So I'm assuming that you just charged along this wall and headed towards these doors.
Yep.
So you charge up here, and you look around, and she's actually getting up to where Ericris is.
Okay, so he will try to well, I don't know how much movement I have exactly, but he will try to guide Ketum around and try to kind of block up her path using Ketum's size.
Okay, so that will be next turn. Who's next?
Would you be kind to warn Arrakis that she's around?
She doesn't mind seeing her.
It doesn't take much effort, but you guys can hear her cast another spell. Roll Arcana, Ericris and Oral.
Arcana, I'm not good at that. Oh, that's 2.
All right, you have no idea what that spell's gonna be.
Damn Arcanists.
Knowing their magic.
Hello? Sorry.
Hey.
17. And if he hears her, he will cast counterspell at 3 level as a reaction. Oh wait,
you don't know. Yeah, she's invisible, so you can't cast counterspell on it.
that's not what the counterspell says.
You can't use a reaction on somebody you can't see.
Where does it say in the player's handbook that you cannot cast counterspell as a reaction when you cannot see the? Because basically he can hear where she is.
Yeah, but you can't see where she is.
Reactions.
Certain special abilities, spells, and situations allow you to take advantage. A special action called reaction. A reaction is an instant response to a trigger of some kind, which can occur on your turn or someone else's. An opportunity attack, described later in this chapter, is the most common type of reaction. When you take a reaction, you can't take another until the start of your next turn.
So basically he could have an attack as a reaction previous round.
Yeah, but if I recall, you use your reaction
Yeah,
to throw an ice
I'm
knife
talking about-
on Rena's turn.
I'm talking
Yeah, but-
about Orel.
I
Orel
would
could
say
have
that counterspell says that it's a reaction which you take when you see a creature within 60 feet of you casting a spell.
That's not what he says
I knew it
in
was
the
one of the
roll 20
sentence.
description. You attempt to detect a creature in the process of casting a spell. If the creature is casting a spell of tier level or lower, the
Yes,
spell
but you
fires
need a
automatically.
line of sight.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
But yeah, but that's the description. But you see in the casting time, it says this. Like I'm gonna copy paste it.
Yeah, which you, one reaction which you can take when you can see a creature within 60 foot of you casting it. You can't see her.
After casting, it becomes visible, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, okay, but the description says that he will be able to cast not Aracris or El be able to use his reaction for an attack of opportunity when she moved.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, they're
I
casting time.
only said that because when after finishing the spell, he couldn't see or hear her move.
Okay. Well,
So you hear the spell being
17.
cast.
Arcana 17 to identify the spell.
Yeah, it's a jump spell.
Jump.
Oral, you're watching her on the other side of this building, and you can hear her cast something, but you can't see and what she's casting. And suddenly follows the side of the building and then disappears once it gets to the roof.
Shit.
Sorry, I could not
Behind.
hear it. She.
Yeah, so after she finished casting the spell, he can see the aura jump straight up into the air.
Well, she becomes visible once you cast a spell, no?
What?
Doesn't she become visible once you cast the spell?
I think it's an attack. It might be because she casts a spell.
If it's greater invisibility, no. If it's normal invisibility, then maybe.
So, yeah. So, oh, don't say maybe. I thought you were going to say no.
Is spell
I
ends
think
for a
it's
targeted
Yes.
attacks or cast a spell? Yeah. It is
Yes.
normally
so once
invisibility
she finishes
phase.
the spell, she becomes visible, and so everyone sees her suddenly appear beside this building, and she jumps to the side of it and climbs onto the ceiling.
Oh
What the heck?
yes. Oh
Man,
yes.
Move to the center of the building, and now none of you can see her. Well, Oral can see her a little bit, but there's kind of some obstruction.
be
No one else
careful.
can see her though.
Everyone, be careful. She's dangerous.
I'm going after her. Focus on dragoons.
Adrian, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot another arrow. Oh, now that you gotta be kidding me. I rolled another critical success. I am not fine if. And
This is why nobody invites you. Roll for damage.
Nice.
And now the next 4 rolls are all going to be ones.
If you kill her, I'll hold you forever in my debt.
Well, he can't see her, so
No, I'm shooting at the guys that are up on the roof because those are the guys I see.
how much damage did you do to the one? Assuming you're hitting the same one. So
Yeah, I rolled 19 damage.
yeah, this arrow finds a place in his head, and he falls over, thuds off the ceiling, and lands on the ground with all the call traps. After Adrian is Pincus, who is of course just observing. Ericus, your turn.
How high is she?
The building is 15 feet tall.
15 or
Yeah.
50?
15.
Which,
If she could jump 50 feet, this wouldn't be an issue.
okay, so 15. Yeah, Aracris is how far is the building when she is at?
You're actually at the building that she jumped up to.
Oh, so she's in the building in the middle?
Yeah.
Can Aracris see her other teammates around in that building?
No, that everything is heavily silenced.
I mean, okay. So Aracris will move 15 feet to get a better sight, 15 feet away from the building to get a better sight to see if anyone else is in there with her.
She's on top of it, and no one else is on top of it with her.
Okay, so I'm going to make fireworks to point out where she is. And I'm guessing you know what I mean. He is going to cast fireball at her, but making the point high enough so it does not damage the house, only her. The range of the fireball is 150 feet, if that's an issue. A question,
No.
sorry.
So yeah, she takes half damage from that.
DC 14, 43 points of damage. Wow! 66555
So half damage is 21. So she takes 21 points of damage.
And I'm imagining everyone else can see the fireball.
Yeah, everyone can see the 40-foot ball
And
explosion.
he used his rest of movement to duck in under the roof of the same building. So
Okay.
She will not have clear sight from up there.
Okay.
Let me see if there is anything else in the description of Fireball. Bright
Felicia-
flashes from your point finger, a point of choice within range. The blossom. Then blossoms
Yeah,
with a
so-
lot of roar.
Felicia is just going to lay on the ground. Rena jumps off of her and lands on the floor, standing beside her, obviously. And that ends her turn. Estra is...
It ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. Oof. Good
Yeah,
thing that
so
I pointed out.
not much
High.
else. All right, so Adrian, Estra is, of course, standing beside Pincus, and she sees this wicked explosion appear from on top of the building. It's definitely easy to see blood and curse now. Estra turns to Adrian, seeing as he's probably standing beside her. She says, "She seems like the more valuable target, don't you think?"
Do it.
I just hold up my hand to my ear.
You're not in the silence zone.
I'm
You're
not.
standing beside her. If you're standing beside her, you are not in the zone of silences.
Okay. Then I misinterpreted what you said the last time. Okay.
Almost everyone else is in some form of zone of silence.
Okay.
Damn.
So basically, the main battle that's happening between all the warriors and is actually might as well not be happening because nobody can hear it. But all the spells being flung and cast, everyone can hear because they're moving around and such. So, of course, I'll say it again. Estra says, "Do you think she's?"
Yeah. I would say so.
She says, "I'll make sure nobody dies here," and she casts jump on you.
Okay.
And
It's not as kinky as it sounds, though.
if only it was like a Final Fantasy move where it just launches him in the air. So she casts jump on you, and now your jump distance and height is tripled.
Yeah. So high jump is your strength modifier. Long jump is your strength ability score, right?
I'm not entirely sure. I think that doesn't really give you. Does it give a decent measurement in 5th edition?
There is one, yeah. I think it's something like he said, but I don't remember exactly by heart. I used to have a cheat sheet for that kind of thing.
While he's looking for that, of course, Estra just casts jump. She doesn't move from her spot. Sionna, it's your turn.
Right.
Saw this half orc, throw more oil around, throwing more fire around.
Damn it.
Actually, I'm gonna make some rolls right now.
Hold on.
Okay, so because of all the oil that's kind of burning around now, Just that the building that is to the left of you starts showing signs of wearing out and looks like it might catch on fire soon.
Okay, I'm gonna use one of my last spell slots to cast a Shield of Faith, which kind of gives this Elistri, guide me, please. And I create this aura of energy around me as I force myself forward and try to. Oh, Blind Curse is gone, right?
The what?
Oh, hold on.
Sorry. Nobody was blinded, and you're not silenced, so you can cast it.
Okay. And sorry, tell me again. Give me 1 second. I'm going to cast a Shield of Faith on Karak and mount beside him and get ready for the next attack. Oh, shit.
Yeah, so you swing wildly at this obviously crazed half-orc, and he easily dodges your attack. You're gonna have to do better than that. I'm on fire, and even I can see your attacks.
Bonus attack, one more. Shit. Did not work.
So
I flail away.
You swipe at him. You swipe at him again, and this time you do land a blow, but it definitely still causes him to like stumble back. Like you just hit his helmet, and it spins in place a bit, and he fixes it.
Spins in place. Damn. It's like, ooh.
That's disgusting.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, I meant I was looking at the long jump, high jump information with the jump spell.
Yes, because I copied it from the
chat.
PDF and it's a bit wonky.
It's in the chat.
Dang, holy moly.
He can Jedi jump up the stairs of the roof. Or maybe Superman jump.
Yeah. All right. So
sorry, that was
Yeah.
sorry. I lost it there for a minute. I had some company and stuff, so I lost about 3 minutes of airtime. But anyways,
well, after Sionna, do you want to move? You can move off the caltrops if you want.
well, no, I have a full plate. I can handle the caltrops. Fuck 'em.
Okay.
I'll stay in the front line
So
and
you just
hold the fort.
don't move. I accidentally skipped Belenore. Whoops.
Belenore, wake
Oh,
up!
well.
I kick him in the shin.
He says, "Oh, sorry, God. You kick him in the shin from 15 feet away."
I kick
You throw-
caltrops at his chin. I punt a fucking
You
handful
kick
of
a rock
caltrops
and
at
hit him.
him.
Okay, so the lifted purses are going to continue their assault.
God, we gotta kill these guys. Right,
Not hitting
everyone wake up.
anyone.
I'm here.
Okay, so one manages to hit for a pitiful 4 damage. One manages to hit Korig or Tulkar for 4. One manages to hit Korig, finally breaking through his abjuration shield, but not hurting him. One is going to crit Rebecca for what looks like 16 damage.
Which type is it? In game?
It's like 5:02.
Oh yeah, my fireball awake a lot of people.
Wasn't it
Yeah.
5 when we were calling the girl?
It was around that time. It was around 4:30 when the chase started.
Okay.
And I like to retcon. And nobody else gets it after those initial blows. So you just see all 7 of them swinging wildly through the fire, hoping to hit somebody, and it just doesn't go through. Karik, your turn, and I'm not gonna lie, I need a pre-break.
So I have the half orc right there beside Sionna, the smoking hot naked chick right there in the general facility, and that's everything else is a little further down, correct?
I think he's being.
Damn.
Oh yeah, he went quick. He must have had it gone bad.
He had
Okay.
an emergency.
Karik calls upon all the gods that he's ever heard anybody call upon, and he just takes out everything.
Right on.
We can
I
head
saw
back
the
to
roll.
the guild
You
now.
rolled a 20. I thought.
Please stand by.
I rolled a natural 100 on that 20-sided dice.
The gods will attend your call soon, please.
Right, I'm back. Karik, what do you do?
I rolled a 100 on the 20-sided dice and took everybody out.
How could this happen?
Okay, so I got the half orc here who's throwing the oils around, starting the fires, and then the smoking hot, naked wizard chick right there, and then everything else is a little bit farther down the alley, correct?
Yeah, it's just 10 feet from you,
Okay.
or 5 feet at this point. So you just need to move a little further, and then you can start flanking. Not that we're using that variant rule.
I think I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on the wizard chick and just try and get rid of her real quick.
She hasn't been doing anything. She's just been avoiding all contact with conflict at this moment.
Yeah. But I mean, she's pretty much put herself out now, though, right?
No, she's actually, like, while this combat is raging silently around her, she is in the silence zone, looking to her left, seeing the caltrops, not wanting to walk through that minefield, or the fire, or the other fire with everyone swinging weapons around, and she is, like, sitting against the wall, like her.
Okay, so she's gotten the fire off, and she's just pretty much avoiding everything.
Yeah, she's sitting
Okay,
there,
so
stark naked.
if I notice that, then I would go ahead and attack the half orc, so that me and Sionna together could, and Belenore could proceed a little farther down.
He sticks his tongue out at you.
Does a 15 hit?
No, your blade crosses his chest plating.
Damn.
Okay, so for my turn, I look ridiculous, and then I stop.
In a pose. Wait a minute.
So I'm guessing that's your turn then.
Yeah, there isn't really any point in me going anywhere at the moment until we take care of this guy.
All right.
Damn.
So Rena, Rena is standing on the floor. Standing beside Felipe.
Yeah, she is going to fly to the corner, the opposite corner in that alley, in opposite corner of the corner in the field the Arrakis just cast a fireball.
Okay.
And she will keep sight on the people on the thing that is on the whole area, but basically trying to keep an eye on where the foes in the roof are, to give a
Okay.
warning to Arrakis by telepathic communication.
Okay.
She will try to remain. How is the word? It's not basically stealthy ish, but with a clear sight.
Roll stealth.
Okay. $16.
All right. All right. So I'm just gonna roll for all these guys. So, Korig hits one of the warriors with his battle axe and almost has him down, while Tarkar, he throws his axe and Sionna, he throws his axe and it bounces off of you and lands on the cult traps. Tolkar, even enraged, he apologizes to you. He says, "Sorry about that. Got a little too angry." The Lolth Pursuers, now losing one of their members and seeing that their leader is now in a bind, you can see them start changing their tactics. You can,
Damn.
they all start moving 30 feet back from the ceiling. And they are going on that ceiling, and what seems to be a big field around that spot, they're all going to cast darkness. It's not on the battlefield, but it's above it, and you just see this huge cloud of darkness fill the area.
Damn.
Which, like, but it does it cover like the rooftops or?
It covers the rooftops. It's the floor that you can see under.
All of them?
Oh, I mean, 3 of them are covered in the darkness. The 3 that were standing by the alley where all the fighting was being done, they moved away from that spot and they're kind of on the other side of the building. The 3 that were near your area, they are in the darkness, and so is their leader. The darkness is, like, I would say about 100 feet long and about 40 feet wide, and it seems to be like a line to cross the building, to jump across the building.
Damn.
Once
Okay.
they cast
Sionna-
that, all the silences break apart, and you can start hearing the fighting going on now.
Damn.
Definitely stirring people around. After those guys, you see the trapper starting to see how terribly this fight is going, and he pulls out one last oil flask, and he looks over to the woman, who is naked as all hell, all of her property being burned off. He says, you're useless. And she says, you burned all my stuff, you idiot. I told you not to do any of this. And he says, you'll die with the rest of these fools. And he throws this oil flask at her, this huge glass oil flask.
Yes.
Getting ready to throw it, he smashes it over his own head.
No.
And it's pours all around him. He
Did
looks
you roll a
around.
one?
Yeah.
Uh,
Oil is just dousing over him, and he's just screaming at his own pain as the glass just manages just falls into his it's you can hear the glass scraping as it goes down his armor. He throws
Apparently,
another
you're not as
flask.
intelligent as she is, you fool.
He throws another flask. He throws a flask at her, and it smashes at her feet. She manages to avoid the flames, however, until he runs over to her and attempts to fully share spaces with her. She is unable to avoid and pinned against the wall with this flaming half-orc maniac. And the building is apparently not suited for this, and the building is also on fire or starting to catch a flame.
damn it.
He takes more damage, and he looks like you can't really tell how his conditioning is, but it looks like from his stance he's weakening. Dark Forge attacks one of the warriors and hits him, but only deals a small blow, which is enough to kind of have him stagger back and collect himself. The woman that is attempting to resist him tries to get away. So an invisible hand taps the shoulder of the guy, and he's like, huh? And it gives her enough time to get away from him. And she runs into the smaller alley underneath the clouds of darkness. Oral, your turn. So these clouds of darkness are now surrounding what you can assume is some sort of escape route, and is clouding your ability to see her clearly.
Okay, well, he will. Okay, he will anyway try to give chase. So he will, using Ketum's ability, he will get on top of the rooftop.
So you climb up onto the building?
Yeah, with the spider climb of the lizard.
Okay, so you're used to climbing with this. It almost feels natural, so I'm not going to make you to roll on holding on while climbing a vertical surface. So you climb up onto the ceiling. You still have your action to use.
So now in the ceiling is all darkness, no?
Yeah, you're in this darkness and you cannot see through it.
Well, I still have the. Do I sense still sense the magical effect or something in the near
The detect
vicinity?
magic?
Yeah.
Detect magic kind of gets overwhelmed as soon as you come in here because the spell darkness
Okay.
is magical.
Sure. Right. Yeah, because I'm like surrounded by magical around me.
So you
So-
climb up and you're like, all right, now to see where she is. And then there's just blue magic everywhere. And you're like, well, this didn't work out.
Do you remember vaguely her location?
Yeah, I would assume that you would be close by. You would know her general location.
I have to check something on a spell I have. I have to see her. Damn it. Okay, then I don't know. I don't see. So can I try like to yes, move. I don't know towards where she was. And like try to grab, see if I can grab anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Like in a grapple and attempt, but I don't know. It's like guiding. I don't know by her previous position and maybe hearing her.
roll a percentile because she is totally concealed in here.
Okay, so I didn't even know. Okay. What I need to know. That's the one. 24.
Yeah, roll athletics.
So it's come on, I can do this. 20.
Yeah, you grab onto, well, you presume you grab onto her, but you can't quite, even though your grip is strong, she seems very slippery and manages to pull her arm away from you.
So she slipped away from my grasp. Okay, now in that he will then, with his second attempt, he will just take his sword out and try to slash at her, seeing he can grab on her.
Attempting to grab someone is action on your own. You can't grab and then attack.
I thought it was just one attack.
If you have a weapon, you can attack as a bonus option. You would, but
I thought that when you have like several attacks, like the grabbing replace an attack, but it's okay. So that's the turn, I guess.
I think it's because grappling is considered an athletics check, which takes your action. So you can't attack because attacking is its own action. Or how it was ruled anyways. She speaks in Elvish and she says, maybe if things were different, I could steal you away and turn you into my little slave. But unfortunately, you're behind. And
Don't listen.
she starts, you can see her, well, you don't see her, but you can hear her running past in front of you. You can take an attack of opportunity if you like. You can kind of see her through the faint mist.
Okay. The attack is with disadvantage, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Okay. I didn't know that.
I think that's the low one was 14 plus.
Yeah, would you allow him to do that next attack on as
21 to hit.
You swing your weapon at her, and she attempts to block your attack, and you still manage to hit her.
Yay! I'm gonna drop a first level slot to smite. So that's going to be 4 plus 4, so it's 8 slashing damage, and then 9 radiant damage.
Yeah, you definitely feel a solid blow after breaking through her main, well, you don't break through her weapon, but you break through her guard as she stumbles. But you definitely hear her jump to what sounds like the other building. Once she lands on the other side, you hear her cast another spell.
can Arakri see her?
No, she is shrouded in darkness.
Shit.
But the darkness is only 15 radius.
She's jumping through it. So it's not just one cloud of darkness. It is multiple clouds following a long line across the ceiling, the roofs. So
She's bringing in
through it.
more.
You can run forever!
She says, once she lands on the other side and finishes her spell, she says, "Maybe I won't run if it's you." And you can hear her running away.
Then come and face me.
No. Here you are. Sionna stands by him.
So you definitely hear her running away, and it goes so far as you hear her running, and you don't hear. It's about maybe 4 seconds, and you don't hear her running anymore. She is now fair distance away at this point.
Interesting. So, are you following the Karak and everybody? Our adventures going on at this point?
So it's her turn. Pincus is not doing anything.
Oh, come on.
To answer that, the bandits are losing for sure. Between now that the silent spell is definitely lifted in your area because of the clouds of darkness, and start hearing the violence again. And once they start hearing all the fire going around them, it's definitely making them nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that one of their leaders is definitely abandoning the cause. But since one of them is completely on fire.
So I asked Karak. So Karak, what happens now?
Yeah, Adrian, it's your turn. Once they realize that their leaders are basically dead and their leaders have gone, they notice their situation. They put down their weapons. They don't want to fight anymore when the only reason for them to be there is running away.
This is incredible.
I start my blade song and I try and go after the woman.
Okay, so you jump up into the cloud of darkness, and then you use what little movement to jump across the building. Or you can hear another presence up among darkness among you, and then he jumps away.
Yeah, I have 40 feet. Is the jumping my action? Okay.
It doesn't count towards your speed in that situation, but you have more than enough distance and height to jump onto the building and jump across the alley.
Yeah. So I'm just going to try and go as far as my movement will take me.
So, of course, who wants to give chase? I know that only 2 people can give chase, so I'm
Arrakis
assuming
would want to
they
give
are.
chase.
Being oral will certainly want to.
Yeah, so Oral, you climb down the building and then climb up the other side.
Wait. Can Arrakis see? Arrakis will shoot to Oral. Come, get close. I have a spell that can help us give chase. And he will shoot 2 people who wants to join as well.
Okay, so that's entirely up to you. Once
And
everyone
he
surrenders,
has-
just to give an in general approximation of what's going on, everyone else kind of gets arrested. Felicia gets up and halts the other woman who can't get away from her, and she gets slammed to the naked woman gets slammed to the ground and tied up. The on fire orc eventually just collapses in an ash husk. He did not survive his own attacks in the end.
Okay.
The bandits are also being tied up, but once Pincus realizes that none of the guards have even shown any signs of movement, he tells all of you to kind of whoever's not giving chase to collect themselves, and we'll find out what happened to them. So whoever plans on giving chase, of course, please say so.
Arrakis will want to give chase.
I'm giving chase.
Okay, and Oral, you're
And
Yeah.
I use
Okay,
my
so-
bonus action to store my bow.
okay. So yeah, so and everyone else is kind of just making sure that Karik and Sionna, I imagine that you're following everyone else.
Yes.
Okay. So you help move the bodies and you're heading to a nearby barracks. That is, I wouldn't call it an actual fort that a captain resides in, but it's more of an outpost. The guards would be if this sort of thing obviously breaks out. So you guys are moving them over there. Adrin, since you're technically the only one who is close to them at the moment, you can just see all the drow running across the rooftops and jump, and they drow drop from the building, and of course, once you get to the edge, you can see that the leader, you don't know her name, is definitely much faster than them, and you can tell that she's influenced by not 1 but 2 spells. Is probably jump, which is similar to yours, and the other one you can roll Arcana against.
19.
You understand that it's the haste spell.
Shoot.
So it's not only incredibly fast, but she can take multiple actions to do so, as well as extra attacks and bonuses to dexterity saving throws. You will, just calculating in your head, you won't have much hope of catching her.
Yeah, that's like 60.
180 feet per round. She's basically running faster than a horse right now.
She can also like dash as a bonus action.
That's cool.
I know, yes, because he can move 2 times. Yeah. It's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, he can give chase anyways.
I mean, I can move like 60 at best.
Speed is not Katum's expertise.
It's versatile, but relatively slow for a round.
Okay. And that's what I was telling you. Arachis has fly, and it gives you 60 feet of movement, of flying movement. So dashing will be 120.
All right, so Oral, you are granted this ability of flight. Do you attempt to chase?
I'm still going to give chase.
Are you going to give chase to her, or are you going to give chase to the 5?
I'm going to give chase to her.
Okay. So you're running as fast as you can, and you're definitely losing her, especially in a straight competition of speed.
Yes, but
I mean,
I imagine
after the minute, haste lasts for 1 minute. Blade song lasts for 1 minute. I'm going to use another blade song right after that to still give me 40 feet of movement.
Okay.
Fly lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
All right,
going to keep flying, trying to keep her inside with his vantage position and that he can fly and just give chase as long as he can.
All right. You are flying through the sky. Katum, living his dream as a land dragon now. Airborne.
Rina is on on Orel's shoulder for Arachis to be able to keep chase through the streets.
Oral, are you going to give chase to the 5 that are kind of splitting up, or are you going to help Adrin give chase to her?
Who are you asking?
Oral.
No, Oral's going after the leader for the moment.
Okay.
Trying to keep him inside.
All right. So
I
let me
believe
just
I can
close some of
fly.
these fucking notepads. Jeez. Don't need those guys anymore. Don't need her. That guy's dead, and those guys are under arrest. So
I get to behave well.
wait. So you cast fly on Oral, not Katum?
I don't know. That's on Arachis.
If you want to, he can cast keep casting on the creature, but still he will try to give chase through the.
Yeah.
In fact, casting it over or else will give Arachis a better sight or your current position on, and he will will be able to follow through the streets.
So yeah, you Sky and Katum's like watching you fly away.
He's like, no, I want to fly too.
Yeah, I mean, it's your choice. Arachis can cast it on Orel's mount. If it's a suitable
you're casting a spell, you choose. So.
Okay. Will Arachis know if being a spell summon creature, even being a spell summon creature, can Orel's mount
actually
be recipient of the spell?
Actually, I reminded something that might actually solve the matter for us. I just find
All right. So while they're figuring that out, they'll catch up. Adrin, you eventually run into an alley where you saw her go into, and suddenly you round the corner and she's standing before you.
I draw my longsword.
I know. Yeah. It was because I remember that sometimes like the spell that casts you out of the speed, but that's only if I cast it myself.
Okay.
So Arrakis has to choose.
That's what I'm asking. Would he know if his creature is a suitable recipient for fly spell?
I don't know. I mean, like you
I'm
can,
asking
yeah,
him.
it's a
The spell,
creature.
the spell says a creature.
Yeah, it's a
It
creature.
does not say someone or something. So
As well as
he would like to have more units in the area when they launch the attack. So he will prefer to cast it on the mount if you are able to hold onto it.
I mean, I have a special saddle to not fall when he climbs, so I guess he can hold you when it flies.
Yeah, the
Yep,
other option is
so-
for Aracris to cast a spell that spell on him and follow and give chase as well through the air.
Khatum is now flying through the air.
Okay.
He is living his dream, a giant lizard.
Wait.
now turned dragon.
Can Aracris jump on your mount?
Yeah, he has a huge.
Okay, so he will jump
No, it's
on the
large,
mount.
not huge.
The
Technicalities. He will cast it on the mount. He will mount along with Aurel, and they will both give chase.
You're after the Blade song ends. He's still considerably far ahead of you, and then with the Blade song, he's managing to keep up with your. Well, he's a little slower than your dashing flight speed, but he's by the time you decide what you want to do. Adrin, you round this corner into this alley and you pull out your longsword, and she says, that's not a very good way to treat a woman. And she says, you don't mind me taking proper precautions. And she casts Shield of Faith on herself.
What?
Yeah, I am. How far away am I from her?
Only 15 feet.
I'm going to move forward. And
She doesn't even bother pulling out her weapon.
I'm going to try and grab her, mostly to see if she's actually there or if it's an illusion.
Grab her.
All right. As you approach and reach out to her, she's going to cast Hold Person on you.
Damn it. Kick her in the crotch.
Damn it, Peanut Gallery. How'd you know?
Every time.
It's a
sorry.
wisdom.
I rolled a natural 2.
Yeah, so you reach out to grab her, and she kind of reaches out to touch you, and you are frozen in place, paralyzed, as you're kind of just watching her stand about. And she says, you really think you would catch me that easily? I am far superior to you, but you put up a cute effort.
A cute effort. Oh, she wants it. She has your plaything. Oh my.
She says, should I kill you? Or should I spare you to have fun with you and your friends? It's been a long time since I've tortured a city from the inside out. And now
Damn.
that she knows I'm here, she'll definitely turn herself into a wreck thinking I'm around every corner. What do you think?
Can I still speak while under the effects of that spell?
You can make like noises, like.
You can squirm and writhe.
Like you can make noise, but you can move, so it's a bit difficult to speak properly.
Bladenkorst, you whore! We'll destroy you.
I just give her a
The spell is in
stare
the chat.
that kind of just bores into her soul.
The spell is in
Oh,
the chat.
so you do care. It's nice to know that your little group of friends works together. It'll make killing you, each and every one of you, so much more satisfying, especially when I send you all to Lolth.
God
I don't know
damn
if
it.
I can find a deep pit like that around here, but I guess killing you will just have to do. Let's see how strong you really are. And she is going to walk up to you, and she is going to cast Inflict Wounds.
What? Okay. Fuck.
No, where have we arrived? How much time will have passed? Because
All right. She doesn't use it to directly inflict damage to you, because that would be too nice. Instead, she... how much damage does this thing do?
1d10.
3d10
3d10.
3d8.
at level
Damn
1.
it. Oh, let's kill
And it's
this
critical,
whore.
and it's critical because he is restrained.
Carrick, where are you?
Ooh. So you can just feel this painful line zap across your chest as she runs her hand across it. It's not too painful, but you can tell if the spell was a bit stronger, it would have hurt you more.
Oh,
However, it definitely seems that she's attempting to do something with your body that you might not like.
it's like bad stuff with your body.
Bad stuff. No touch. She says,
Ah,
seems I'm getting out of practice.
you resist. This fucking whore wants to.
Oral, you and Katoom and Rena, you're all flying. Oh, and Chris,
Anarachis. He
you're
jumped
all
from
Anarachis.
flying above.
We'll get it. Kill them.
And you saw where Adrin ran into the alley, and you see him. He's being held in place by some sort of spell, and you see her standing around him, toying with him.
Arachis, hold on tight. We're diving down. And he.
Okay. We can fly.
All right, so you guys land harshly on the ground. Katoom is still getting used to this whole flying. None of you get hurt, and you face her again.
Oral jumps out of the mound and says, "It seems your running has stopped at least. At least. No, how it's, I don't know now in English. Fucking hell. At last.
So the hero finally arrives. What took you so long?
I was learning to fly. Well, my lizard was learning to fly.
She says, impressive. It takes considerable skill to teach a lizard to do anything.
Hey, he's a very intelligent lizard.
She says, well, then let's test your intelligence. And she starts preparing another spell. And she says, move, and I'll make sure this next casting of an inflict spell will be much more painful than the last.
Damn.
Okay, then he's going to charge at her. And he's going to use as a bonus action ensnaring strike. And
Yes.
then try to hit her with an attack with his great sword. That's, oh my god. Natural one.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Roll athletics.
13.
All right, sister, we'll fight him.
So your blade bounces off the ground, and luckily you managed to hold on to it. But fortunately, you also didn't put too much strength into actually embedding your sword into the ground. And she just stares at you. I overestimated you. And she goes to touch Adrin.
Oh, wait, I have no attack.
Ooh, that is not good.
Uh-oh.
Counterspell?
So, I've already rolled my results, so
Hmm.
If you want to, Arrakis will waste his tier level spells. His last tier level spell and will be hard to chase her. Arrakis will counterspell if he
Okay.
sees that. If he sees that Adrian cannot stand the strength of the spell.
yeah, he still can't get out. You see her getting ready to poke him in the chest with this negative energy, and you complete the counter spell, and the negative energy disappears. And she says, "How annoying!"
And she ducks behind the big creature.
She says, "Well, you're lucky today, elf." And she kind of strokes your Adrin's head, and she says, "You won't have a heart condition until maybe later I see you."
Wait, how many attacks Aurel has?
Two.
He can attack again. It's his turn. She's just toying with him.
But he failed on both attacks featured the last round.
He rolled a 1.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry.
So his other attack was used to catch his sword before it bounced away from him. So Oral, she's standing beside you, and she says, "I could still hurt him."
You aren't going to hurt anybody, not on my watch. And he's going to attack again.
Wait, at the end of each of Adrian turns, he can make another wisdom saving throw to shrug off the effect. So he had at least one round since that.
He can roll it.
I got an 18.
Yep, that's... Well, hold on. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough for you to break out of it. So once you break out of it and he starts performing his attacks. Oral.
The first one is 22.
Yep, that one's coming down the hitter, and that spell can't actually be cast at any other level. So yeah, it hits her, and your sword just passes through.
What?
Would already guess
Which
is an
spell?
illusion.
Which spell?
Shield.
Shield. Any spell can be casted using a higher level spell slot. Only those who list a higher level I don't know, effect like more damage or something like that, they get the advantage of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For example, you can cast. You only have a 9 level spell slot, and you want to cast. I don't know, detect magic. You can do so it does not give more bonuses because the tech magic only has does not have that effect, and bigger have more effects on higher levels, but you can still cast it.
Yep, she's not going to though. So, yeah. So your blade fades right through her body, and the shadowy image of her disappears.
As that happens, he looks around and does he see anything around? Because, like, if that was an illusion or what, he rationalizes that he has to be nearby, controlling the illusion or something.
Roll a religion.
Knowledge. Oh, I'm actually proficient in that.
I know. It's the only knowledge skill you're proficient with.
No, I'm also proficient in nature.
Ooh, spooky. Okay,
17.
So 17. You know that there's no illusion spell that someone can use. There's no illusion spell that she could use that works like that. But you do know that there is a some gods allow their clerics to use an ability to create an illusory duplicate of themselves. It's a duplicate of, and it is exactly like them in every way. But it only works for as long as they remain within 120 feet of you. As long as they're using it, they can cast spells as if they were there.
That's information for whom?
Oral.
Arrakis roll an 18.
Then you get the same information.
Can he, with that roll, know which domain the cleric must be?
Trickery.
Trickery? Wow.
Quickly, we have to get back into the earth. He must be around here somewhere. He has some kind of ability to create a doublet or something.
Sure. I'm standing beside your horse. Not a dragon.
To your not a dragon. Certainly not a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, he will rise back to Kachun and like get on his shadow
Eden, are you
again
coming?
Well,
and take
if
to the air.
Ericris is riding on Katoon, there's not going to be room for 3 of us.
Yeah, I'm not as quick as you, and I'm very in the air, unless you have spells.
I do not have anything left. Well, I don't have any spells that allow me to do anything like that, and I don't have anything that allows me to boost my movement.
Yeah, how much time has passed? Till
Once
we arrive?
I was restrained, I immediately lost my blade song. I have no more movement, no more bonus movement left.
Can you hold from what is the creature's name? I forget. I always forget. Kachun. Can you hold it from Kachun's frontal legs? Or maybe he can carry you as a kitty from your from the back of your clothes.
You guys just go. The longer you try and figure things out, the faster she'll get away.
Let's move. You can follow us behind. Follow with this. Looking this picture.
I'd rather like taking into the air as he talks.
Yes.
All right.
As they leave, I just go back to the guild hall.
Okay. So you're heading back to the guild hall.
Yeah.
So while that was happening, everyone else arrives at the outpost, and what they come across is a disgusting scene of people once looked like they were having kind drinks are now just heads resting on tables, hands holding mugs, guards standing what looks like dead at post. There seems to be no one in this entire outpost. There seems to be no one left. There's only signs of one person he's just a guard holding another guard on the ground, and he's just sobbing. He's like, "Come on, wake up. You can do it." It seems he's not handling the situation very well. So Dungeon Master, is he coming back?
I don't know.
I think his connection broke or something, because he enter, go out, enter. He go out, enter, and go out again.
Yeah.
Let me see the Facebook page if he posted something.
No? Karik? Okay, so while you guys are flying around, you guys don't see her.
No.
You guys spend a good 3 minutes flying through the air, and you don't spot her at all.
Let's go down, because when the spell ends, we will just drop from where we are.
Yeah, it seems she finally got away as she wanted.
She might have had any leave any tracks. If we can find those tracks, we can follow her.
Do you think so? She didn't seem the kind to leave tracks.
Yeah, go ahead, look for tracks.
Rina is assisting. I don't know if Varakris gets advantage.
No, you
Okay.
guys.
Then
You
I will
guys
use
all get
guidance.
disadvantage.
Guidance. At disadvantage?
Yes.
Damn it. I got to natural 20. Why disadvantage?
I'm so sorry.
6.
Hey,
4.
sorry, everyone. Sorry.
No worries.
I'm back.
I'll reintroduce the scene. Kark seems to be away as well, or at least muted himself. So you guys are looking for tracks, and come to the realization that solid stone roads don't exactly leave very positive tracks.
Blood, she was hurt a lot of times.
No,
yeah,
one
you're looking
time.
for blood. Yes, she was only hit by one attack, like melee attack.
And the fireball.
Fireball doesn't cause blood.
Well,
Mm.
it's...
Oh, no.
Okay, whatever.
So you guys are looking for blood, and
Yeah.
you're not turning up any very positive results. You spend a long time looking, I would say about 10 minutes, and you don't come across anything.
Okay.
I think you're not the best fit for this task.
I look for tracks.
No, you two are at a completely different scene. They just finished chasing Bladden and Cursed.
Well, explain them where they are standing. So.
Yeah.
Tell
I
me.
will. So you guys, most of the other guild members went to the outpost to hand in these ruffians and get them arrested for, of course, attempt at murder at the very least. And Pincus would probably add conspiracy to attack a guild. Add on top of that. But once you guys arrive to the outpost, it's clear why nobody attacked, or the watch didn't react. You see that everyone in the room, which is probably about a dozen people, well, except for one person, but everyone else in the room is, all the other guards are, have been poisoned. You can see them having what once they maybe have just drinking and having a nice time with ale. They looks like they actually kind of fell asleep and then died. You see some guards standing at attention, but their heads are kind of limped over, as clearly they're dead and can't hold their neck straight. Some other people just fell on the ground like they were getting ready to take a nap. And the only person alive is just a guard who you see what looks like freshly spilled like mugs of ale. And he's shaking one of the other guards. He's like, "Come on, man, this isn't funny. Wake up." And he's just sobbing over this dead guard.
Damn.
Of course, everyone's just looking around this room.
What do you say, Karak? Let's.
I don't know. I think he might have fallen asleep. I'm not sure.
Damn. Arachris. What say you?
They're flying around. So, Pincus, you can see Pincus walk over to the young lad, and he says, "It's all right. Come on, let's." He says, "Tell me where your officer is, and we'll see if we can find him." And of course, he then instructs everyone to. We're going to hold everyone at the. We're going to send everyone to the other barracks, where hopefully somebody can take these guys. But in the meantime, we should probably leave this place.
I'm back to well, I have to talk to you.
So, yeah, after this night, you guys drop the bandits off to the guards, and the guards arrest them, of course, all of them that they can arrest. However, you can't loot living people.
No.
So you guys drop them off at the barracks, and all of their weapons are of course, confiscated. God dang it. And then you all return to the guild hall.
Are we there? Are we there
Yeah,
yet?
everyone's at the guild hall, and everyone's kind of have a rough night. So the people who have to go to sleep go to sleep. So the only people that is up is, of course, all of our protagonists, and yeah, all the elves. Belenore is still awake. Of course, he doesn't plan on staying very long, as of course he's left his friend outside.
Friend?
I don't want to spoil it. So quiet, you. I won't spoil it unless somebody asks about it.
Yeah, no, Aracris will keep it under because he knows that Belenore is fond of secrets. So unless he says he can, he won't. Aracris directs towards Sionna and says, "I get that those were the chasers you spoke many times about. I have to. I am sorry. We tried to chase them, but we couldn't catch their leader."
Bum, bum, bum.
I think Oralis is speaking in Morse code because he's so sad he does not want to speak.
Eh?
All right. Sionna?
Oh, sorry. I'm kind of caught right now. Hold
Okay.
on.
Eric Chris is trying to talk to you.
Aracris says to Sionna when they arrive, "Sorry, I think those were the ones who were chasing you.
Yeah.
We couldn't catch their leader. She was slippery, and her god or goddess grants her.
Lancers is such a slippery dog. I mean, if I so hoping we should kill her. Frustrating.
Yeah, I cannot risk letting her know about my fiancé. So convene to put her down to rest.
No, that's I understand. And I know your fiance, and I've worked with him.
Her?
Yes.
I'm going to mute you, Javier, until you're going to speak. Sorry.
No, sorry. Go ahead. I'm caught up right now. I gotta deal with some people here.
Okay. So, Belenore is going to go up to Oral. Oh. By the way. Yeah, that would... Yeah, sure. Belenore approaches Oral. He says, thanks for getting me out of that bind. I was honestly thinking I wasn't going to make it.
You're welcome. You know, that's what we do, or at least we try. Although we couldn't catch the drow, the leader. She was too tricky and fast.
Yeah. She's powerful too.
Yeah. And of lately, I only feel like I get defeat after defeat. I should really sharpen up a bit.
So, I just had a question I thought I would run by you.
Oh, sure. Tell me.
It's more like a hypothetical, but what would you do if you, I don't know. What would you do if you saw a demon, but it was like a demon that wasn't doing anything wrong, but was just kind of in the area?
A demon that wasn't doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
That's... I mean...
Is Aracris in there?
I've been taught to distrust demons for the most part, and with good reason, I could say. I mean, I guess I could try to inquire about his motives. What is he there? Or maybe try to put it down somehow. I don't know. I mean,
All right. Well,
Arrakis
first,
is in there.
before I tell you, okay, let's just sit down, because you may need the chair to stop you from falling over. And he takes a seat at a nearby table.
for Lysander's sake, what you got? Is this another one of your gag secrets?
He says, he winces. He's like, maybe.
Or yes, his face palming like trying to take the chair and sit like ready for the worst.
He's like, I'll give it to you like this. Good news is, I'm married.
You are? You never told me so.
Yeah. It was last minute. I was kind of scared that I was gonna die, and of course, today is kind of the reason why I was scared. And
You see
I
all
got married last minute.
like been out for a minute, like, oh, maybe it wasn't so bad.
And I don't want you to freak out or anything, but I married my servant succubus.
What?
Of course she was.
A succubus? Are you
Yes.
insane?
Arrakis is gently putting his hand over Orel's shoulder, like trying to calm him down.
Probably.
Like you might be damning yourself forever. Like,
Listen, I think she's redeemable. She hasn't killed anyone for like 3 months.
he may want to make you think so. I mean, from what I know, I actually don't know. Can I assume I know more or less what succubus are?
Sure, roll an Arcana check.
Arcana? Oh, no, I actually suck at that. Oh, that's
What
20.
Yeah,
What?
so you basically know as much as he does. Or apparently, he explains the situation to you where he was so good at what they are good at and supposedly damn your soul at, that rather than being damned, he earned her as a servant.
He could have actually used religion as well, because it's applicable.
Okay. So he's like, yeah, so I didn't know at first, but then, I slept with her, and now she is my servant. But I wasn't dealing with the idea of her being a servant, and I wasn't coping very well with it. And I don't know, I guess after a while, I started drifting closer to her, and then I was going to die, and I said, well, fuck it. I'm going to let my emotions do the rest of the talking, and then I somehow ended up marrying her.
You have to be careful though. Not from what I know, not all fiends are like blind murderers. A lot of them just want you precisely that, to like seduce you one way or another, and I don't know, like drive you to them so they
She's
can.
not like that. She's not like that, except for that one night when we first met. But now that she belongs to me, which feels really weird to say, first of all,
How do you know that?
She hasn't done anything like that.
How can you be so sure? He must be trying just to corrupt you, because he can eventually claim your soul or something like that.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess you could be right, but I'm already married to her, and I'm kind of committed to this now. And she hasn't done it yet. I don't think a succubus would wait 3 months just to not kill somebody, and then end up marrying them.
But they don't necessarily kill.
Well, actually, they do not kill. They suck out the soul and send it to the abyss.
Technicality,
or the
basically
Night Chaos. I don't remember. I will have to check that.
Either
But
way,
yeah, something like that.
Do you feel like your soul was sucked out of you? Are you a
something
soulless
was
creature now?
Well, they will die, but yeah, are you still alive?
yeah.
I have
Well,
heard stories,
well, it
and
wasn't my
Heracles
soul that
takes,
she sucked out of me. That's for sure.
Heracles takes out a
Oh, yeah.
vial. Heracles takes out a vial with holy water and pours it at you. Since the holy water does not react, since he's still alive.
See, so I don't know. I thought I just had to tell somebody else, and you were kind of like my best man. You're my go-to man, and I thought, hey, I've done all this good, and I thought I would treat myself, and then I thought I was gonna die, and I married her. So, and I wanted you.
I will have to do some research. Maybe there's still hope for you, but I can't be certain.
Listen, Oral, you kind of been missing out in the last month, but I charmed the cloud giant. I jumped off a boat for her, and she came to the ocean and saved me. Granted, she did create the storm, and I almost drowned and got killed by a crab. I almost got killed by a crab, but
What?
she saved me. So if I can do that to a cloud giant, I think a little bit of succubus action ain't too bad.
A little bit of humility, please. We
No.
are not. At least I am not as charismatic as you, but I know humility is in order.
You can never be so overconfident near one of these creatures. They can really trick you in ways you can't imagine. They are more intelligent than they seem.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I will have to search how to help her. Are you saying she can change their ways? Maybe research is in order.
I've been told I can.
Yeah, but you are not a fiend.
I don't have to be. I've been told I can naturally change her evilness over time.
Yeah, who told you that?
Pinkus.
I really don't know. I studied diverse fiends when I was back at the temple in the forest, but I'm not a specialist. I have general knowledge, but have never really faced this kind of situation.
Look, hear me out. Okay? I told you this out of trust. And I don't really just want you to show up to my place one day and kill my wife. So if she kills somebody, try her like a normal person. And if you see you're guilty and you can prove it, then go for it. But that's all I'm asking you to do, is treat her like a normal person.
I didn't say I was going to kill her, but she's dangerous. I mean, in the city, I don't know. Imagine what she could do. There's plenty of people here. This is not only about you.
Look, as far as I know, she hasn't been killing anybody, and I know she needs to suck on the life force of other people, but she hasn't killed anyone, and I haven't seen anyone getting hurt over it.
What's her name?
Her real name?
Well, I mean, the name she goes by.
Oh, her name's Rebecca.
Rebecca. Is she by coincidence the one who called us?
Yeah, she's the one that he says, I kind of saw that while I was running for my life. She's the one that couldn't get in here.
Well, it does not help much. They can change shape, but yes, let's assume that that's her usual form.
She's promised me to stay in that form as long as I'm nearby.
I guess.
She said, I told her she can change it if she felt like she was in danger.
I guess Rebecca and I will have to have a conversation someday in the future.
I'm so glad that you're understanding. I think I need to talk to Sionna because I think we have some things we need to sort out.
Seems to like pondering to themselves.
Well, I mean, considering what's happened tonight, I think me and her have the same type of issue. I think maybe my contacts will be able to help her out if she isn't as dangerous as they say they are, and she doesn't just kill all my contacts, which is fortunate enough that she didn't do that in the first place.
Okay, you go do that. I have a lot to think about.
I'm sorry, Oral. I had to tell you. I had to tell you.
No, I guess it's a good thing you did. What I'm going to do with you, Belenore?
Well, don't worry. I'll fix this issue, and I'll at least make her so she isn't a psychotic killer. How about that?
Do what you must. I will do the same.
I give you a quick handshake and definitely a happy smile on my face as I go over to Sionna.
I remember that he's busy dealing with guests like this. Sorry, dealing, no, talking with. So, if you want to skip it,
Adrian, shh, nobody needs to know that. She's 50 years old. She's teenage and demon years. Leave me alone.
that will freak. I'm guessing that will freak her out.
No. Kill her on the spot.
No, I mean the one who could be guilty will be Belenore because he's doing.
Okay, she's 50, okay? This is not the same.
Ooh.
She's the predator, not me. Sionna, are you there?
Where's Adrian in all this?
That's a good question. Where do you want to be? Because I imagine you're just kind of watching everyone stand around and sort themselves out. Some people are getting ready to go back to sleep.
He's gonna try and wonder what she did with that inflict wound spell.
You check your chest. It's
18 medicine.
Yeah, it looks like she was. Also, roll Arcana.
23.
With this combined knowledge, you have a good, actually, I would probably say firm idea that she was trying, especially with what she said before, is that she was in fact trying to give you a disability by inflicting concentrated negative energy into a fine point and putting it into you. However, like she said, the spell, when she cast it, didn't gather the sufficient energy and wasn't able to pierce through your body like she had intended. However, if you want to guess on what the second one would have done, if the second one didn't counterspell you, it probably would have come close to stopping your heart. It definitely wouldn't have killed you, but it would have hurt like hell and definitely would have done the damage that she was aiming for. So basically, if you were to perform dashing activities or endurance activities, you basically cut that right in half because your heart wouldn't be able to keep up with you.
But
It doesn't affect your hit points. Or like
will that be dispellable in some way? Maybe with cure disease, restoration?
It would take cure wounds on the same level. So it would take cure wounds and then somebody making the same, I guess, attack that she did, so that they would have had to make an equal medicine check. Besides that, a lesser restoration wouldn't do it, but a heal would, and a greater restoration would. Is Sionna there? Sionna. Maybe not. So, of course, Adrin, you're kind of just pondering over what happens.
Yeah.
You're thinking you're very lucky that that second hit didn't come through.
Yeah. He's gonna go see Zinthor in the morning.
Who?
The cleric in Illumina that the guild hires on retainer.
All right. Can you give me a quick summary of what he is?
He's a 13th level high elf cleric of life.
Okay, so yeah, he's after he heard that the it wasn't it's no secret that the unnamed adventurers.
All I know about him, because I think he was only used once in the game that I've played. He comes, when you look at the map, there's the number 1, that's the main area, and there's 1B around the corner.
Yeah.
That's there's a little mini hospital there. So he comes like once a month to heal up adventurers in that 1B part. He comes here because he's paid to, and he doesn't really like adventurers.
Okay, so he's there, and I guess he would be talking to Estra since she would be tending to people's wounds, especially some of the more flesh wounds, like being burned alive. So you can see him and her kind of helping remove the burn wound, painful burn marks.
Yeah. I go up and say the drow leader did something to my chest with negative energy, and I don't know if that's still lingering or not.
He gives you a look, and you shows your chest to him, and he starts sensing for energy, and he says, "It doesn't look like it. From what I can tell, she made the attempt, and it hurt your skin a bit, but it wasn't powerful enough to breach anything and hit anything vital."
so it faded. So I'm not in any danger of it flaring up again.
He says it's unlikely. Just hope that an attack like that doesn't happen again. Of course, such precision attacks don't lead to any proper damage, but it can lead to permanent injuries. Unless there's anything else.
No, I just wanted to make sure it was taken care of.
Says very well. I have these flesh wounds to take care of. Unfortunately, it's kind of a waste of your guild's money. They're just temporary wounds that would heal over time. But I'm paid to do this, so whatever. And once he believes he's satisfied and you're satisfied with his care, he turns around and he starts helping the dwarf the dwarf heal some of the fire wounds that he took, as well as recommending some serums and drinks to help encourage the regrowth of his beard.
I make 3 healing elixirs and I pass them around.
Okay, so of course they don't have much effect since everyone's already at full HP. This is just superficial wounds. They do help, definitely soothe them, as they are kind of doing some kind of what looks like might be experimental work, trying to get their skin together and try to heal it. But for the most part, it doesn't seem to have any more effect than it otherwise. Of course, Estra notices your attempts, and she seems satisfied with you attempting to heal them.
Yeah. I leave.
Okay. So, Sionna, you're kind of just sitting by yourself, I guess. Well, I imagine you'd be sitting with Karik, kind of getting over the situation, but I think he's asleep in real life, so I don't know. So, I think this will be really the last chat, unless anyone else wants to talk to anyone specifically. But Belenore is going to approach Sionna if she is capable of talking. Okay, so yeah.
Aracris goes to Aurel. We're chatting. He attempts. Basically, Aracris wants to know what he knows about demons, what he has studied. Demons and devils. Aurel.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to know more about those dangerous creatures from the hell. I don't know what you know about them, but if you can share knowledge, I will appreciate it.
Knowledge about fiends?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, I guess I could, I guess we could try, I could try to tell you what I remember from my status of the different theme types and such, the behavior and their abilities. But as I said, I'm not an expert, even if I have some knowledge.
Do you know anything else about them? Their language, perhaps that will help as well.
Yeah, you studied both the language of devils and demons back at the temple.
Really, would you be interested in teaching them to me? That will help in my research, and it might pay off to you later.
If we have the spare time, maybe, but those are complicated languages to learn. I won't.
I am very intelligent. I mean, uh, I'm not bragging, but if even if they're hard, I will try to learn them. It's important part of my studies to learn planar languages to access to what it would be near impossible to learn on the normal scripts. Um, but do not worry, I do not intend to use them for wrong purposes. And if you will, even if you want to, I can come to you and ask if this is an issue.
I mean, the knowledge has been gathered over quite some time. I don't know if I can share it freely with a known follower, but I have seen you here fighting in the guild against other forces of darkness and evil, so I guess we could make an exception. I will think about it.
Thank you for considering. Well, you know when to find me. I will be in the guild or in the wizard tower, or maybe helping in the government building, creating potions and antitoxins.
Yeah, it's okay. I know where you live.
That sounds really creepy, but okay.
All right,
Thank you.
so unless there's anything anyone else wants to do. Any talking can be saved for off screen, so unless there's nothing major.
Since Aurel has not given him a complete affirmative answer, he will want to. Arrakis will try to spend part of his downtime learning from the Tinkerer that improve Darkforge, and he will spend. He will try to help him in his shop as well.
Okay,
As a kind
so
of thanks.
yep, there's not much out of the ordinary with that. So we'll end everything here, and we'll any other small talk we can continue on. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for the players who showed up. It was definitely a big fight, and there wasn't really much way I could figure out how to make it go faster. So hopefully everyone had a good time with that. And we'll see everyone next time.